Hey everyone, welcome back. Actually, not welcome back, welcome to the channel. This is the first ever video of this channel. And now, this channel is mainly going to be highlights for my Twitch streams. So go follow me on Twitch. Link hopefully is going to be in the description. If not, then I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. So this first video here is not actually from a Twitch highlight. It's just a normal race that I did, which because I couldn't get the Twitch highlight, we're gonna put this instead. I lost the footage and it's a little bit awkward. So here we are, starting 6th now on the grid, as you saw by that zoom in at the beginning. Coming into the first corner, guy in front of me just absolutely cuts the corner. I don't know what the hell he's doing, and he goes wide. I go a little bit wide and he gets a half a second time penalty, which, you know, essentially free position for me, but he's gonna have to serve that on the next lap. Coming in the next section of corners, I absolutely abolished that curve because you don't get a penalty for it, but I do go wide. So this next corner here is actually a really good one, and what's about to happen here is pretty good. So I look behind me, the guy is not absolutely cutting it. I go wide and we hit. I go a little bit wide, we hit each other, so I get ahead of him. He breaks a little bit too early through there, I break a little bit too late. Now this next sequence of corner is pretty good. I really like this, you know, just completely flat out, except this corner you might have to lift a little bit. Now, looking behind me, wait for it.
Some real speed.
Yeah, so looking behind me, guy behind me has a slipstream. I don't have the slipstream of the car head. This is actually a little bit sped up here. So he's gonna go side by side on this next hairpin. I think this is a hairpin. I overbrake him by quite a lot. He brakes way too early, but he does get a little bit of better exit. Goes a little bit on the sand though and kind of loses the exit. And he can't overtake me here. He's trying, but obviously there's not really much of an overtaking spot. He does go to my right here. A gap opens up. He dives down the inside. He's still on my inside, still to my right. On this next corner here, and he gets ahead. But then, keep in mind, he does have a second time penalty, so it wasn't really that irritated here. I was like, I'm gonna get you next lap anyway. I don't know what you're doing. He cuts the corner, and he gets another 1 second time penalty. So now I've essentially just confirmed that position for myself. Speeding stuff a little bit here. Coming on the first corner. This is a really fun track. I gotta say, this is about 2 weeks ago from me recording this. A really fun track. Magrior, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's really fun. Lots of fast corners, flowing corners, especially the hairpins, really fun, especially this corner here. He gets the penalty. I go ahead after going a little bit wide before. Coming on this hairpin, I like to go completely on the curb normally. I don't do it here, I go a little bit wide, but then I feel like both lines kind of work, outside down and the inside line. This next section now, the two guys ahead, they are just fighting it out, and they're gonna lose a lot of time. Not now, but like over the course of the race, they're gonna lose a lot of time, and I'm gonna be able to catch up with them. And that is gonna be kind of essential for what's gonna happen in this race. So coming into the hairpin, this is the corner I was speaking about earlier. I really like this corner, and as you can hear by the audio of the engine, it's actually sped up, I think twice as fast. By the way, quick plug, shout out to my editor, AAE Gaming. Link to his channel down in the description, hopefully, hopefully. And I'm here actually accidentally open the settings. I was trying to figure out if I can get it to show me live timings, but like the gap between us and the leaderboard, but sadly I couldn't. Nothing much is happening at this race, so it's kind of why it's sped up. This is just me driving. It's all about getting the good laps, trying to catch up with the guys ahead who are fighting, which is only going to make the job easier. You can see they're overtaking each other and just fighting all the time. Really going to catch me off. And there's something between me and this corner and just going wide on the exit. I don't know why I do that. I just, you know, keep doing that over and over again. Every time I go through that corner. See, first lap I did it, second lap I did it, third lap I did it, and this is what I was talking about earlier, where it just heat the sausage curve, no pun intended. Yeah, that is called the sausage curve, where, you know, I know a lot of the people here aren't actually going to be, much racing fans. If you are a racing fan, then hello, thank you for watching, thank you for clicking. I don't know how you discovered this channel, but either way, welcome to the channel. But then, I suppose because this is the first video ever, unless this channel somehow magically becomes extremely popular, and you're watching this to see the first video on this channel, how cringe it was, because I'm aware how cringe this is. All videos are cringe, and the mic audio is probably terrible. I can't really hear it, but it's probably terrible, probably because I'm using just random headphones that I have in my house. And there's door slamming all over the place. Say hello to my brother. Door slammer, I'm gonna call him from now on. So, landing at the lap, guy head gets a penalty. And you're gonna see what this happens. The final lap of the race. This is where stuff start to really light up. You can see back to normal speed here. Coming through this corner, I go a little bit, I did too much of the inside and go up small bump. Doesn't really affect you, just feels weird when you're steering. I go wide again, classic, good old me. And coming here, after he served a penalty, look how close he has gotten. He's fallen outside of the slipstream of the car head. Just outside of the slipstream, and I'm just in his slipstream. I think he's trying to catch up with the slipstream. The slipstream can differ between car to car, and he gets another penalty, which is, the fact, I think it's a half a second time penalty. It's a little bit far now, and the screen is so small. But half a second time penalty by the end of the race, because it's the final lap, since he's not gonna serve and slow down, it gets rounded to 1 second. I'm gonna try down the inside, poke my nose in there. Don't really make it, gets a good exit. It was a little bit of time, but the whole point wasn't to actually overtake him. It's just to be within his 1 second reach. That way when the race finishes, I am gonna be ahead of him and get 4th position. Now, we still have one more race after this, and I think the second race is gonna be a lot better than this one, even though I think this one's pretty good. On the final corner, and he drifts wide. And no need for the penalty, I just get the position anyway. So we finish 4th at the end, no penalty needed, no thanks to the penalty, we say. We'll take the position fair and square by him going wide in the final corner. See, I think one of the stuff about this track is, and racing in general, consistency is key. And that's not just my opinion, it's a general known fact. Consistency is key. If you don't do mistakes, if you're quick, you can easily win. Okay, so this is the second race now. 4th on the grid this time. And you can see here, starting up, and it's lights out and away we go, as Crofty likes to say. The person ahead of me doesn't get the world's best exit, so I'm gonna try and go down the inside, and then he moves under braking and just gets hit. Thankfully no penalty, unlike classic Gran Turismo, normally you get a penalty here. Thankfully I don't get a penalty. But then he does a few mistakes, a very odd racing line. You get a little bit of time after that bump, I think, to give him more of an advantage and less of a disadvantage. More so helped him and made me go bad. A little bit of dust, he just sliding all over the place. A little bit of lock up, I think he locked up his tires. I actually have ABS on default. I think that's the settings I'd recommend. ABS default, traction control off, of course. This guy tries to go down by inside, he pushes me a little bit, and then look at this, he doesn't leave me much space. And then he ghosts, so thank goodness for ghosting. And then this Audi from behind comes up and he pushes him wide. And then this Red Bull guy mows this effect as there's just a small gap and he gets ahead. Now I think this Red Bull guy and the green guy, who we'll see in just a minute, are one to watch out for, and this guy goes wide, gets sent to the Shadow Realm, as Steve Brown likes to call it. Super GT, shout out to him, one of my favorite YouTubers. Anyway, if you're watching this, by the way, Steve, hi. If you're watching this, you're probably not. So Red Bull guy there flashing his lights. He wants to go for an overtake. He's a bit too far. I think he's just trying to tell me I'm behind you, so be careful. And I'm gonna tell him, yeah, you be careful. Anyway, guy in the lead gets a penalty as Red Bull guy shunts me from the back. You know, nothing really too major. Then he's gonna try to go down the inside. Doesn't have enough speed. Obviously, I think the Audi has very good straight line speed. He's absolutely obliterating the curb, and you can see guy behind me making a little bit of a mistake and sliding. And do mind, sorry for the bells, it's just my birds playing in the background. He's again trying to go down my inside, doesn't have enough speed. I don't leave him that much space, and then he just starts ramming me. So the guy in the lead served the penalty. I'm gonna try to go down the inside. This is the guy I'm talking about. I'm just gonna call him Dust. He forces me to go wide, and Red Bull guy gets ahead. Now this is where it starts to kick off a little bit more for the people ahead. You can see now Red Bull guy and the Dust guy, green guy, are gonna be fighting together until the end of the race. I say until the end of the race, man, but I don't want to spoil the rest of the race. So this guy behind me is in my slipstream. I am not in the slipstream of the car ahead, which means they're gonna start to pull out a little bit more. They start to go away as they cut the corner a little bit. Now, now them fighting, as much as it's gonna lose them a little bit of time, it's not gonna lose them as much time as they're gonna lose from the mistakes as Red Bull guy goes wide. And this is foreshadowing until the end of the race. You know, it's foreshadowing events to come. As we round up the final corner of this lap and to start, I think, the final lap of the race. Either this or there's one more lap. Anyway, now I'm just in the slipstream, but that's not really gonna be that major. As we look behind for the car behind, and he completely forgets how to brake and where to brake and what braking is, and just thank goodness for ghosting, because he went right through me. Sadly, I was looking backwards there, but he went right through me. If you're gonna see the normal replay, so if it wasn't for ghosting, that was my race over. I'm outside of the slipstream reach again. Guy behind me, however, is just in my slipstream, but we're not gonna worry about him much. And Red Bull guy gets ahead now, and the guy behind me is getting dangerously close, but then not much is gonna happen here. If anything, he's kinda gonna help me a little bit. He pushes me a little bit here, you know, nothing too much, not penalty deserving, I suppose. Even though this is Gran Turismo and getting a penalty is really easy. So he's gonna be in my slipstream. He's actually giving me a bump draft, oddly enough. For some random reason, he wanted to work with me. I pull up to the right hand side, the inside, to defend, and I'm just gonna outbrake him. And I promise when I say I didn't touch him there. He just goes wide. Yeah, I didn't touch him. I saw the replay later in third person. I didn't touch him at all. And this is replay mode, which is why there's the black lines. And I am sorry about that. You can't really remove them. Gran Turismo, please remove the black lines from replay. So yeah, sorry about that. I suppose next time it's just gonna be either stream highlights. And if you wanna see more videos like this, actually, do tell me in the comments. And if you have any ideas on how I can improve this channel, also tell me in the comments. So skipping a little bit ahead here, this is the same lap, just skipping a bit of the straight after the braking zone. The guys ahead of me are just fighting together quite a bit. And I don't go wide this time, so you know, good job me. I didn't go wide through that corner. Now, meanwhile, stuff starts to kick off. As you can see, Red Bull guy starts to go wide, and I'm gonna go behind him. Well, I'm already behind him. I'm just in the slipstream. And then we come through this sequence of corners, and is this where it happens? No, it doesn't. Okay. Sorry, I thought it gets a penalty. I messed up with the last race. Anyway, I digress. So, I did actually win a few races around here. In the first stream we did, which I lost the footage, like I said before. I think I said before. I lost the footage for the race, sadly. And I won the first race and I got second in the second race. And I managed to win the first race, which I was going to post here, but I just dominated, so you know, it's not going to be that interesting. Anyway, enough showing off. Red Bull guy, after losing the time, as he jumps up, it feels really weird. And he just hits me from the side, goes wide, loses the position on the very, very last corner. It just goes slightly wide, and we go on to the last corner to get a podium. I feel a very well podium. I really, really enjoyed this race, and I hope you guys have enjoyed too. But then that's all the races I have for today. And like I said, if you want to see more, tell me, hit the like button, subscribe, all the good stuff, turn on notifications, you guys know what to do. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.